Good morning, everybody. It is Tuesday. I have to do this very, very quickly. I will be doing the Kroger and JC ad. My next video, I've already looked at the ad. It is going to be a digital event. It will last 2 to 3 weeks, so take your time. Only do those things that you need each week. Keep your costs down. Maybe do some cans and boxes. Maybe do some meats. Maybe do, whatever else you need. I do know that there are some 2-day deals that are awesome, like 24 packs of water for $1.99. That would be the Saturday, Sunday deal. There are some great weekly digitals, half gallons of milk, $1.39. There's some other good prices on the weekly digitals as well. And then the ad itself, there's some buy one, get one frees on chicken breasts and some other buy one, get one frees. Oh, and the hamburger patties are also on a 2-day event, the Saturday, Sunday event, for $6.99 for 8 of them. So there's some great things coming on. We'll go through those ads on my next video. But right now I wanted to talk about a few things before I get all the dogs situated and get Tashir in so I could give her a bath before she has to go to the vet for her last, hopefully, round of hookworm stuff. So poor little baby, she's really suffering. This is really, really bad on her. Her little body is racked. I'm doing everything in my ability to hydrate and use nutrition and hydration to keep her going until we can get this solved. Her little mind, it's hard for her to learn. It's hard for her to focus. So I have to stop some of her training during this time because I'm not going to make her physically go through all of this heat and humidity plus the worms plus the dehydration to work with chickens. I'm just not. When I let her out of her kennel, she goes straight to the back door, goes right through the chickens. She doesn't even think about them. She just wants to get in. So, I am itching. I forgot to put on my spray this morning. So here I am sitting out here in our swampy area with no spray on. So I'm getting to eat up. I get to eat up when I'm sitting right here. So anyway, got to hurry up and do this. So we will be doing the Kroger and JC ad review a little bit later. It will be my next one. Once I get her settled in the living room and get everybody laying down and relaxing before the visit, I will try to get it done. She's really upset right now. I can hear her. But I just fed her and I wanted her to eat and drink and eliminate in her kennel because what I'm going to do is after I do the Kroger and JC ad review, I'm going to let her stay in the house while I go out and disinfect her pen, her kennel area. I need to disinfect it completely. I gave her another cushion. Every time I give her a cushion, she ends up going to the bathroom on the cushion, so I have to bring it out, bleach it. So that's why in some of my videos you see these sawhorses with rugs, because that is the easiest way for me to do it. Rugs are very heavy, and so I told my husband, I said, get the sawhorses out. That's the only way I can do it. And so he gave me an extra power washer kind of thing, and I just Clorox, bleach, disinfect, and then I let them hang and dry. And then when I have to swap it out, I grab one of those and I put the next one out because it's never ending. And I hope that we can get this done this time. I hope this is the last round of worm care that she needs because this is horrible on her and not too happy on myself, but she's more important, obviously. I'm going to clean up poop. I'm going to clean up vomit. I'm going to do everything that I can. But her little body is just racked. She's racked. So anyway, I want to talk about Trump and some of the crazy things that he talks about and has talked about while he was in Scotland. Scotland is my homeland on my father's side. I am from the Davidson clan. If anybody in Scotland out there watches me, please come get me. I want to go back to the Highlands because that's where I belong. It's so hot, so humid. I am a Highland girl. I've got lots of fur, thick skin, and I do not do well in the heat and humidity. So if anybody from Scotland out there, come get me. I am from Davidson clan. Anyway, Let's talk about some of the things he has talked about while in the presence of other leaders. Talking about wind mills, which are actually wind turbines, trying to tell other countries to stop it. What is wrong with this man? Well, I mean, the list is extremely long, but let's talk about this. Why does he think that he has any kind of clarity about wind turbines? He says it kills all the birds, it kills the whales, it drives them nuts, it ruins the landscape. It's energy. Now, here's the problem with all of this. It's not the fact that the wind turbines are bad. It's not that they're doing this or that. He has been paid by fossil fuel, propane, natural gas people. He has been paid by them to talk only about fossil fuels, natural gas, and all of that. That's what it's about. It's about who paid him. Okay? Now, if wind turbine companies had paid him as much as the fossil fuel and natural gas companies have, so on and so forth, he'd be talking about how great they are. But instead, I can envision him on his little jackass with his golf club going after windmills, like Don Quixote. So, Donald Quixote Trump. That is the only reason I can think of that he would talk about other forms of energy, power, is because he was paid to do so. Okay? When people put money in your pocket to talk about their interests, you don't talk about the interests of others. Just saying. Now let's go right into this charity and wanting a thank you for charity. Okay? Number one, Trump and Musk stopped all of the aid that was going to Gaza to begin with. Not only did it stop them from feeding people, but it also stopped farmers from getting paid for their production. It stopped the payment of the manufacturers that manufacture that food into emergency food. And then it sat, and then he got rid of it, which was already paid for. And now he wants thank you for charitable money given to Gaza. He says 60 million and they said 30 million. It doesn't matter. You know, when people want to talk about God and Jesus and the Bible, do you understand that he should not be asking for anything for charity? And he's also one of those people that buried his wife, whom died, fell down the steps. He buried her on a golf course for a tax exemption for his golf course. There's no monument. There's no nice little garden around her. She's in a weed patch. So it's all about what makes him money, okay? What makes him feel good. And if you think for a moment that he's not a sexual predator, you're insane. You're insane. Because he is a predator. He's admitted being a predator on interviews. He has admitted that his age of looking at young girls would be 12. Nothing under 12 is what I believe is what he said. Now, I know a lot of you Trumpers don't hear the same information I hear, and that's on you because you are listening to propaganda news. You are listening to news that makes him sound good and kind of shoves away the facts. That's on you. You can call me whatever you like. I don't care. Okay? I'm just telling you. So, him wanting thank you for food money for the Gaza Strip that he is trying to get genocided, or if that's a word, with Netanyahu so that they can build this resort. If you don't believe that's not what the plans are, well, then you need to go back and watch the ad that he and Elon and Netanyahu have already put together. He is a sick individual. He's trying to run away from the Epstein facts that he was involved. Congress is trying to hold back the files because he's in them. In one sentence, he said, well, I'm not in them. And then he said, well, they've put false information into him talking about the Biden administration. Whatever. So then he is in them. So if the Biden administration put his information in them, then he would still be in them, but he's saying he's not in them. But then the information in there is him, which is false. Do you guys not see what he's doing? I mean, I don't get it. I don't know how Trump supporters, I don't know. I don't understand why you can't figure things out on your own. But you want to call me a liar. But anyway, let's keep going here because I got to do this quickly. There's so much. There's just so much. A couple more tidbits of information. I am just going to say how many people have died that was involved in this. There was a model agency ran by a man who was put in jail, prison, whatever, found guilty of trafficking young women into the country. Okay. Oh, he committed suicide. Epstein. Oh, well, he committed suicide. But there's a minute missing from the tapes. Let's see. One of the whistleblowers from, I think she was living in Australia, is now dead from suicide. I don't believe any three of these people committed suicide. I don't believe it. I believe Donald Trump is actually that corrupt. I'm not going to make the allegation, but I believe he is that corrupt. We'll just say it that way. He is using our government like the mafia, strong arming other countries to bend his way, his tariffs, his taxes, and it's not getting us anywhere. Except for proving to the world how corrupt he really is and how deranged he is, and I believe losing it even more so than the way he is. Trump was a spoiled little brat. He got everything he wanted. His daddy gave him what, 400 million? He bankrupted casinos. He was always a racist. He and his daddy got in trouble for not wanting to rent to black people. He wanted to take blood from our Native American Indians when he was in competition with casinos, which he ended up bankrupting, by the way. I've got to go. I've got things to do. But I will be doing the Kroger ad. I'm sick to death because every time I hear him speak, I'm embarrassed because the world sees what MAGA doesn't or refuses to. Here's the problem. If you know that you have made a mistake, you need to own up to it. If you finally are seeing what's going on, you need to own up to it. Because this is wrong. And a lot of MAGA have just shut down. They've shut down. They're like, holy crap, this is what I've seen, but I can't backtrack. So we're just going to go forward with something else. You need to do the research. You need to be realistic when you listen to him. You need to be realistic when people speak about him, because they're not telling you lies. It's not lie. What he says contradicts reality. Just saying. Y'all have a great day. Hugs from a distance. I gotta go.